Good morning and welcome. Happy Thursday. This is your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off, to give us something to have conversation about. And we have an interesting reading today. It's actually Outrageous Openness. So those of you who have the book and want to read along, feel free to dig out your copy. We kind of use it as a little guide throughout the year. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. You are Johnny on the spot this week. You've been on first quite a few days. So glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Joe Neal. And you are usually in hot pursuit of Nancy every morning. You two are like the first ones to show up. I love it. Welcome, welcome. So as I said, Outrageous Openness today. I just had a feeling we were, good morning, Ruth Ann, welcome. Hello, hello, home and healthy, that is good. That is good. So stay that way. I think this reading is going to be one of those perception shifts that is so useful, especially when we're up-leveling and there's a lot of muck and murk and chaos and whatever. Good morning. Thank you for the sunshine. We should actually have a beautiful day here today, I think. I think there might be a... Nope, then I think tomorrow and Saturday are supposed to be kind of meh. But we'll deal. We've had some really lovely weather. This has been a bizarre winter. Really bizarre winter. Not at all normal. Not at all normal. So let us start with some breath and a little bit of tapping. You can pick your spot. I like this spot because it's a very grounding spot. And let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Catherine. Opening up to receive this message, whatever part of it's here for you. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Little deeper inhale, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Oh, it feels like we need to do the top of the head. Wake up, brain, wake up, wake up. Be wise, be strong. And one more breath. And out. So, interesting reading for today. Tosha Silver, Outrageous Openness, letting the divine take the lead. So, new perspective. Can you tell that we're getting sick of the old perspective? Us versus them. Let's argue to try to make a point. I'll win this argument, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, out the window with all that stuff. So, for those of you who like to follow along, this is chapter 16, page 195. It's called Be What the World Needs. And the subtitle is Hate Therapy. The quote is by Thich Nhat Hanh. The problem was not our torturers, but that we began to hate them. Then we would be lost. Oof. So, as always with Tosha Silver, she's giving us some stories to make her point. So, here's the first story. I was sitting in a Tribeca cafe when a guy walked in the door, caught my eye, and strode over. Well, 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 Gloria, he began, his voice shaking with anger. Look what the cat dragged in. I knew you'd eventually get thrown my way. Now, if you're Tosha sitting there, you have options, right? You can get afraid. You can be the curious observer. Guess which one she does? What the hell did you think would happen when I got that notice from your nut job asshat lawyer? Did you think that low-rent slimeball could scare me into more dough? He went on for a few more loud, obscenity-laced minutes while the writer in me sat riveted, musing, God, I miss New York. Soon the nearby tables were listening and watching as I silently took off my sunglasses to reveal that no, actually, I wasn't the guy's long-detested ex-wife. just a really, really close proxy. He was so rattled he backed out the door as if he saw a ghost. Christ, you even dress like her, he mumbled as he left, staring at the floor. Even the damn Mephisto sandals. Hey, lady, sorry, really sorry. This guy was such a great lesson. He had been almost entertaining since his rant had nothing to do with me. Nothing personal. But isn't a lot of anger that way? So listen to this part. I think this is really key. Isn't a lot of anger that way? Someone might really be screaming without knowing it. It was about that time they were left in the shopping cart at Safeway when they were 3. Do you ever have that where you react to something and you know your reaction is way bigger than what the situation warrants, right? You may not be able to figure out what else is getting kitchen sinked in there, but you know it's more than what is really literally happening there. Now she's telling another story. She must pull for this. I once felt venom at first sight from another guy in a spiritual group where I belonged. Somehow the minute we met, it kicked in for him. One night, I longed to pray for the poor guy, figuring he could use some help. Good morning, Cheryl. Welcome. He didn't exactly seem like the happiest person. Anyway, I had nothing to lose. I lit a green candle and sent him love and joy almost nightly. Now imagine if some of the people who are making many lives difficult had copious amounts of people praying for them and sending them love and joy. I know, a stretch, isn't it? And are we not here to be stretched? So, light that green candle. Send them love and joy. About a month later, he lumbered up. He half growled, "Hey, I gotta tell you, you used to bug the crap out of me. And now I'm mad because I'm not mad. I don't know what the heck you're doing, but I don't hate you." And he walked away. We never spoke again, but that was enough. Tune in, intuitive ear. Sometimes the people with the most anger need the most help. You never know what sending them blessings may do. You might be the only one on the planet winging good their way. You never know. Wow. Wow, wow. Green in my perspective is heart chakra. So I'm not sure what green means to her, but she lit a green candle. So I'm thinking that was love. So let's read that second to last paragraph again. Sometimes the people with the most anger, or the people who are mucking things up the worst, in our opinion, need the most help. You never know what sending them blessings may do. You might be the only one on the planet winging good their way. You never know. How does that sit with you? How does that resonate for you? Sometimes it's hard to think about sending peace, love, joy, all of that to people who have made things difficult for us, right? But maybe we can think about it from the perspective of there are no accidents. There's a reason why stuff happens. Maybe we haven't yet risen to the level where we can understand the reason, but it doesn't mean there isn't a reason, or that we get to decide our own reason for it. And you certainly can decide, well, he's just an asshole. That's why this is happening. Or you could decide there's something in here that's stirring the pot so that I take a look at what needs looking at. How many times in the past week have we heard the word shadow? We all have a shadow side. Things in our world can poke at that shadow. When we have the opportunity to address our shadow, well worth doing it. That card that I picked yesterday, wow. So for the group on Tuesday, when we did the full shadow reading, way wow. But the card I picked yesterday, let me see if I can find my journal here. And I'll just share a smidgen with you. It was the Shadow of Air card, Negation Trance. The shadow consumes the interconnected intelligence, and logical argument is used to keep all creativity away. So I've been using logic to keep myself from really diving into my housing project out of fear that it's not going to work out. Well, if I'm holding back, it's not going to work out. Hello, hello, right? So all of this shadow stuff, I then made, I'll show you, 2 pages, almost 2 pages, of bullet points about my understanding of this shadow. And so one of the bullets that I put was, look consciously for the path with the answers on it. Such a path always exists in divine right timing and divine right order. Again, it may not be Bonnie timing, but it'll be divine right timing. So doing our shadow work, if we blow up at somebody, if you have one of those days where you blow up at somebody, be kind to yourself first of all, apologize to them later, but do the deep dive into, okay, what gift were they bringing me? What button were they poking that lets me know something isn't healed yet? Because if we are in a good spot, let's say it's a boundary issue. If we are in a good spot, we will just firmly set the boundary. If we lose our shit, that's saying there's something else going on. There's something that isn't resolved in us. And this person is a messenger for that unresolved whatever it is. We then have the choice. Do we take a look at this? Do we do some healing work? Do we dive into the shadow even though it's uncomfortable and do what needs to be done? Or do we pretend like, nope, they're just an asshole. That's all it is. We have options. We have options. There we go. Beautiful. Send loving energy to other people. And yes, what we send out comes back to us. So it's beneficial all the way around. How can you go wrong with doing something like that? You can't. So again, if they're, maybe I got to start blessing the city planners, and maybe they'll help me with some of the zoning things that are likely to be an issue. Send some love energy out. Okay, so rub your hands. This will be a great way for us to end the video. I want you to think of someone with who you have difficulty, or an organization, an entity, whatever. Or go with the national stage. You'll have lots of opportunities there. Send it out. Nice deep breath. Drop into your heart chakra. Radiate love. Think about those pictures of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the Sacred Heart of Mary, the love energy radiating out. Since we are of the divine, we can radiate that love energy also. Just sending it out wherever it needs to go. And don't worry if you're thinking, well, she or he will never accept love energy from me. Don't worry about it. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. The love energy is not wasted. It will move on to wherever it can be most beneficial. Can you feel the palms of your hands humming? And yes, I know those naysayers are just going to say, well, you rubbed your hands together, you created friction. You can go with that. We can all choose to believe what we choose to believe, right? And you can do this at any point during the day. Send energy. Someone cuts you off in traffic, rather than flipping them off, send them good juju. You might want to keep your hand down below the window level, because they will likely misread it because of how we have all behaved in the past while. But let's practice this. Sharing loving kindness across the world. Send it as far as you want to send it. Think about it ricocheting all over the place. This good love energy, green energy, all over. Gotta love it. So that is our card for today. Think about what needs to be healed, forgiven, observed. Send love to angry people. Send love to angry people. See you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including sending love to angry people. Bye-bye.